Federal spending is so out of control that it only took 3 months for the federal debt to increase by $1 trillion to over $33 trillion. In contrast, it took almost 200 years for the federal debt to reach $1 trillion. So that the federal government racked up more debt in the last 3 months than it did from the ratification of the U.S. Constitution until Ronald Reagan's first term. There will be even more shocking increases in the future, since according to some experts, federal debt is increasing by approximately $14 billion a day. Those tempted to blame the increases on President Biden, the Democratic Congress, or the COVID-related spending spree should consider the debt increase by around $1 trillion a year in 2017 and 2018, years when the Republicans controlled the White House and both houses of Congress.
If you're a baby boomer, the damage has already been done. Government overspending causes inflation. End of story. Elon Musk just posted this saying that is why prices at the store keep rising. Stop government overspending to end inflation. Federal debt is out of control and both parties are complicit. It won't stop until we end the Fed. No matter what the Federal Reserve does, as long as the Federal Reserve is around, inflation isn't going away. If we look at the prices over the years, it is absolutely insane how much things have inflated. So investing in learning high income skills and the crypto market is how we beat inflation. You don't invest into crypto to get rich overnight, although that's actually possible. There are projects that can 50x, 100x really quick, although that's very rare. We invest into crypto so we don't go broke holding cash over time. We also develop high-paying skills in the modern economy, not the old economy, because we are in a social media tech revolution that are going to give us more capital to be able to invest into crypto long-term. We also don't wait for prices to come down in the economy. We don't wait for prices in the crypto market to come down. We treat every day like it's our last chance. That's the mentality. We move with urgency. We prepare now every single day because time is actually running out. If you think you have all the time in the world, then time will pass you by and you'll be exactly where you are right now, 1 year from today. Maybe you are right now where you were 10 years ago and you're wondering how to get ahead. Well, today in this video, it's time to make a change. If you're not happy with your current situation, or if you guys want more, nobody's going to hand it to you. Life is hard for everyone, including the wealthy. They have a lot bigger problems than the average person that has no money, because they have a lot more to manage mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, and socially. So nobody cares about your sob story or your excuses. The dollar is going to continue to lose value over time. So the best thing that you could possibly do is grow your value, grow your worth over time to gain a competitive advantage. So in today's video, we're going to discuss how to do just that. We're discussing the US debt clock. We're also talking about the dollar's worth. We're talking about inflation, real and nominal value of federal minimum wage and what's happening in the economy, interest payments on federal debt, where this path leads us according to artificial intelligence that can accurately predict the future, what the Federal Reserve plans on doing that will not work to reduce costs in grocery stores, the reason why you see prices going up in grocery stores, even if it shows the United States inflation rate coming down, what's about to happen to the Fed balance sheet, and how this is going to affect the crypto market, specifically Bitcoin, where we are on the stock to flow model, what this means for the XRP to the Bitcoin price chart, XRP to the US dollar price chart, and the reason why XRP and XLM's price charts are so closely correlated together, and what to do to be able to make the most amount of money possible to be able to beat inflation this bull run and become the first millionaire in your family tree. So comment 777 if you're feeling blessed, comment 777 if you're feeling bullish, and if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm it by tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So when we dive into inflation and we talk about why prices keep rising, it's very, very simple. The Federal Reserve just does not stop spending and printing money. The national debt is over $35.3 trillion. And that's just the United States. That's not including China at over 14 trillion, Japan at 13 trillion, Germany. So all these countries play the game of follow the leader. And if the leader is doing this, then all these other countries are doing it to a lesser degree through the law of the lid. It's a lid, right? So if there's a lid of the leading country or in your workforce, the best way I can explain this is the highest income earner in your field, that's the lid to get up to the lid. So China is next up in the lid, and then Japan in this national debt. And then you could see the GDP, gross domestic product, and then public debt to GDP ratio is absolutely out of control. So that, like I said in my previous video, it doesn't matter who gets in office. This cannot be fixed, guys. They need to end the Fed. So Donald Trump's not going to fix a $35 trillion debt. Neither is Kamala Harris. And people that are living in a world of delusion think that one person can fix this when it was multiple decades that caused this. In my opinion, which I could be wrong about, but the only way to really fix that is a global reset. And that could be what's coming. But if we look right here, we'll get there when the time comes. $1's worth purchasing power over the years. The U.S. Federal Reserve Act created a central bank with the ability to manage the country's money supply. The moment that was created, that human beings in charge of this, guys, human beings aren't perfect. So if they're in a position of power, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to use that power to manipulate the masses. And so to manipulate prices, to manipulate goods and services, to manipulate the minds. If you control the 5 M's, you control the population. That's the money, that's the medicine, that's the military, that's the media, and then last but not least is the minds of the masses. And when you can control all of that, you have ultimate power over a civilization. And once the Federal Reserve Act was created, then you see U.S. President Roosevelt criminalized the possession of gold, and the Bretton Woods Agreement established the gold standard and the U.S. dollar as the world reserve currency. Then in 1971, the gold standard was abandoned and currencies are no longer linked to gold. Once that took place, guys, it was absolutely over. And then once quantitative easing really began after 2008's financial crisis to stimulate the economy, then the dollar just continued to lose value. And then the U.S. money supply grew by $3.8 trillion in 2020, equal to 20% of all dollars ever created. And just like that clip you guys watched at the beginning of this video from this guy right here, Ron Paul, baby boomers that have been saving up for their entire life have been absolutely destroyed. If in the year 1946, which is the last year that makes up the baby boomer generation when they were born, I think that's like 78 years old. If you purchased an item for $1, then in 2024, that same item would cost $16.14. That's a 16x cumulative rate of inflation, over 1,500%. So if you're wondering why it's very hard to get ahead in today's economy, it's because of inflation. It's really, really simple, guys. You cannot base an economy off of a currency that has no max supply, that continuously adds and adds and adds to the amount at an exponential rate where we hit the J curve. And so when you also look at real and nominal value of the federal minimum wage in the United States from 1938 to 2024, the issue here is that unadjusted wage in the US for minimum wage, it's gone up since 1938. It was 25 cents an hour and it's $7.25 an hour. The problem though is they halted the raising of minimum wage in 2010. The last job that I worked was well over a decade ago, and a lot of people tell me I'm disconnected from reality when the reality is they don't understand reality about what's happening with their wages and with income and stuff. So when I stopped working a job, I started studying, economics, money, finance, and trying to figure this out again. And I'm figuring stuff out every single day that I like to share with you guys. So if you appreciate value like this that helps you understand what's going on with your money, then subscribe to the channel, like this video, because after I started working that job, the minimum wage is still the same. I'm like, what? Shouldn't the minimum wage be higher? And the craziest thing is the inflation adjusted wage. If you look back when it was the highest in 1970s, minimum wage was $1.06, but the inflation adjusted wage was $13.05. It was very, very good. Well, interestingly enough, 1971, the year later, the dollar was taken off the gold standard. And would you look at that? Well, unadjusted wage, that doesn't count for inflation, kept going up in the United States. Inflation adjusted wage, nominal in US dollars, was coming down. And now we're at a crossroads right now where it's equal, which is not a good sign because the gap was like a 5x multiple back in 1938. And so if minimum wage stays the same, and you might think this doesn't apply to you because you're like, oh, I don't make minimum wage. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I make $200,000 a year or $300,000 a year, which is actually baby money. You got 16-year-old kids on TikTok making that every single month, doing like unboxing videos or running TikTok shops, or, investors in the finance space flipping that around in 24 hours on AI project, meme coins, gaming projects. And then the real world, you have businesses just cranking out cash flow with physical based products as well too. So the whole belief here money is abundant because the Federal Reserve keeps printing it. So you should not have a lack of money. A lack of money is a belief issue and a skill issue, okay? If we can fix both of those things right there, and we can help you develop high-paying skills and also reprogram limiting beliefs about money doesn't grow on trees, it takes money to make money, that thought process right there, and you can completely shift the energetic blockages in your unconscious mind that are holding you back from making money, then you will catapult yourself to the next level of income. And so the first step is realizing that nobody is coming to save you. No president is going to save you. They're just doing what's best for their party and what's best for themselves. And then obviously they do have a deep down desire to help, the economy and help people. But in order to help others, you first have to help yourself. Elon Musk posted this again. Interest payments on just federal debt alone exceed the entire Defense Department budget. America is in the fast lane to bankruptcy. Meanwhile, Time Magazine, the media companies are keeping you focused on falsely representing, the debate between Donald Trump's statement accusing Kamala Harris of supporting transgender operations on illegal aliens in prison. They're keeping you distracted by stuff that is just going to keep you stuck in bickering with your family members, your relatives, your cousins, and strangers that you don't even know on social media in the comment sections about stuff that does not matter for your future. Now, it does matter to a degree of elevating society in other areas, but we're talking about money here, okay? If you want to make money, when we asked ChatGPT, the U.S. national debt at $35 trillion and counting, minimum wage has stayed the same at $7.25 per hour since 2010 across the nation. What would that mean for people who earn minimum wage in the USA over the next 10 years if we stay on this path, and also for people who earn above minimum wage, what that's going to look like for you in the savings in your bank account as you start stacking up money to try and retire, or you invest in a 401k or Roth IRA or whatever it may be. So here's what the scenario could mean. Number one, reduce purchasing power, inflation and cost of living. If inflation continues to rise while minimum wage remains flat, and I'll talk about even as inflation goes down, according to their statistics on official websites, the reason why that's fugazi, the purchasing power of your dollar is just going to continue to erode. That means you're going to be able to buy less and less goods and service using more and more of your money. So essentials like housing, healthcare, education, and food are going to become more expensive, stretching your already limited income. And you've already felt that thus far if you're over the age of 30 years old or 40 years old, even in your 20s, as you've had your first job for maybe 5 years. It's about to get astronomically worse for the youth in millennials and what is it, like Gen Z or Gen X or the last generation. Maybe it's called Gen Z because it's the last generation on Earth before the apocalypse comes. We'll see. But the reason why we're covering these problems right now is because there is a solution for this that I'll get to in a little bit. But number two is increased economic inequality. The wealth gap is going to worsen. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And the biggest reason for that is because, the people that go towards the poor side of it, it's a lack of education. It's a lack of financial understanding because you don't learn this stuff in school. They're not even teaching you how to do your taxes in school. So if you're getting taxed on your taxes, think about that. You get taxed at your job, then you get a sales tax, and then you get property tax, then you get the inflation tax, and then you get a death tax that your family has to pay to bury you. And then you stack that on top of student loans getting passed down to the next generation. It's absolutely ludicrous. So limited social mobility without wage increases or better economic opportunities, upward mobility would become even more difficult for low income workers, leading to entrenched cycles of poverty passed down through your bloodlines, because then you're going to pass down the belief system to your kids, who's going to pass it down to your grandkids. And that's how it becomes very difficult to break the chains of financial bondage through different generations. So when I say become the first millionaire in your family tree, that's serious business right there, because you have to be the one to do it because no one else in your family is going to do it for you. Number three, higher reliance on debt and government assistance. So, for example, if we're talking politics here with Kamala in office, she's talking about just giving money to small businesses and giving money to workers to gain votes. People don't realize how big of a deal that is, guys, and how bad that actually is, because that is going to make things much worse for government spending and prices. So on the contrary, people think it's good just to give money away, give money to people just because. Well, in reality, if you give a man a fish and you don't teach him how to fish, he's just going to sit there waiting for fish. And when there's no fish left in the pond to give, the man is going to starve to death because he didn't learn any practical, high-paying skills. So this is going to lead to social and economic instability, public unrest, economic slowdown, and ultimately leading to long-term challenges for retirement. Your retirement security, right? Security is as real as the Easter Bunny. People think that, because you're investing in a 401k or Roth IRA, it's secure. Well, without wage growth, workers are going to struggle to save for retirement, especially at Social Security. It's going to face funding challenges in the future. This will leave millions without adequate retirement resources. And by the time that you get close to retirement, when your energy is more limited than it was when you were 20 or 30, so if you're young, it's more important for you to pay attention now, prepare now every single day, act as if you're getting ready for retirement tomorrow. So you have to find a solution today. And even when you find a solution, you need to keep working on that solution every single day, because the Federal Reserve isn't coming to save you. And this just in, JP Morgan predicts the Fed rate cut of 50 basis points next week instead of 25 basis points. So let me explain what that means, because Bank of America, Citibank, and Goldman Sachs are predicting rate cuts of 25 basis points next week. So either way, emergency rate cuts are going to come because they've been paused since August of 2023 at 5.33 here on the federal funds effective rate. Now, they're a little bit behind the curve here. They should have started lowering a little bit earlier, in my opinion, to fight inflation, but they've been waiting for inflation to drop down. If we look right here, closer to 2%. In August's data came out at 2.5%. And so the reason why this is fugazi is because simply of price gouging and fudged numbers. You know, when they measure the basket of goods in the economy to come out with like GDP reports or CPI and all these reports that they're putting out there, they just put into the report what they want to measure, and then they can remove goods and services at any point to fudge the numbers however they like based on public spending and national spending. And so this right here also is fudged because of price gouging for businesses. And so businesses love to make as much money as possible because we live in a capitalist society and economy. And when you go into a grocery store and you're like, why are the prices so much higher now? And they do these sales where it's like they jack the price up and then they say it's on sale, but the reality is it's the same price if it's not higher than what it was before the sale. So they're using psychology to manipulate you. They're using price gouging and having a scapegoat of inflation so the business doesn't have to place the blame, but smart people like yourself that are subscribed to the Bull Runners channel and like and watch these videos understand this now. And so regardless of what the Federal Reserve decides to do, whether they drop it 25 basis points or 50 basis points, this is going to make money cheaper for banks for overnight loans, because they don't want to tighten for too long and they don't want interest rates and money to be too expensive for too long, because then it slows down spending and then we can head into a recession. So they're trying to create a soft landing in the economy so we don't see an absolute, massive crash like we've seen in the past. So this time is going to be a little bit different because there's just so much more going on in the economy that's very difficult, even for the smartest economic minds of all time, to predict. So the best thing that you can do really is invest in you and develop some skills. And that could be whatever you want, guys. That could be in the real estate market. That could be in, the financial market. That could be in understanding essentially just what's going to work in today's day and age. Like, I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes to launch some e-commerce based shops and stuff. And I could share that with you guys on like another videos and other channels and stuff. But to be able to create more passive income through that sources, I also accumulated a good amount of gold and silver to prepare, focusing on crypto heavily, because I believe we're going to go into a massive parabolic blow off top before one of the worst crashes we've ever seen. Because if we look right here at the Fed balance sheet, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, you can see they've been tightening since 2022. That was when the bear market kicked in, and we started the bull market while they've still been tightening, guys. Imagine what's going to happen to the crypto market when the Fed starts adding to their balance sheet again, issuing quantitative easing while they're dropping interest rates to make money cheaper for banks and big businesses to take loans. So if I just zoom in right here, this will not go down forever. When the Fed tightens on their balance sheet, they're offloading debt. They're decreasing the assets in millions of dollars and even billions of dollars that they hold. And when they start adding to their balance sheet again, that's signaling the law of the lid, right? All these other businesses, all these other banks start doing the same thing. And what are they going to add to their balance sheet? They're going to add the industries of the future. And that's artificial intelligence-based stocks. And that's why NVIDIA took off. That's, gaming-based projects in crypto, AI projects in crypto. That's DeFi technology. And that's the projects that are going to be the main players in the new economy. Just like how Microsoft and Apple were the main players in the digital economy to really spark the computer and the smartphone revolution that we all have now and are glued to. Well, there's certain projects that I'm positioning myself in that are going to be like that for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And so that's the retirement plan right there, is developing high income paying skills with things that are actually relevant in today's economy to generate passive income, then you shift that passive income and you invest it in stuff that is going to be around 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years at a higher rate than inflation can charge to. So it's beating inflation based on this inflation calculator. Because even if we look, guys, to 2023, just last year, and we calculate 3.3%. So if you just put $10,000 of savings in a bank account after the year is up, well, then you lost $300 of that just by letting it sit there. Now imagine trying to retire every year as that happens, and the Federal Reserve has told you that their permanent goal is 2%. They're not going to hit that, guys. That's a goal. Remember, when you hit a goal, you don't hit the goal every time. You get close to the goal, or sometimes you undershoot the goal by half. So inflation is at least going to be like 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 10% every single year, because the US debt clock keeps climbing up. The higher that this climbs and the further that we get in the J curve on this unsustainable path, the closer we get to a third world country in terms of the spending power of the dollar. So you have to pay very close attention every single day to what we're sharing with you, because we are right here in this bull run compared to the past. And look at what has happened every single time in 2012, 2016, 2020, leading to 2021, and where we are right now leading to 2025. Now, the average Bitcoin cycle, and then we'll talk about altcoins in a little bit, starts 170 days after the halving, and it peaks roughly 480 days to 500 days after the halving. We are currently 147 days after the Bitcoin halving. So if it starts 170 days, we got like 23 days left before this really starts. So you have less than a month to prepare and to position your portfolio properly if we are to see a bull run. Now, if we don't see a bull run, then, well, it's too late and everyone's going to get wrecked. Because if we look at the Bitcoin stock to flow model right here in terms of the days of the halving, and we look at the color code from 1400 down to 0 on where we are, you guys can see some similarities here to the past. So if we look at where we are right now after the halving, you can see we're about to go from red to orange. Now, the biggest question here, because it's difficult to predict exactly what's going to happen, exactly what the chart's going to look like. We can just look at the past and see what's happened every single time and get a gauge on different levels instead of price predictions. Because a lot of these videos that talk about price predictions, they're mostly fugazi, because if you're waiting to sell based on a price, you're going to get wrecked for Bitcoin, for XRP, for any altcoin. We don't sell based on price. We sell based on key levels and where we are in the market cycle, and also based on macro market indicators and what's happening in the global economy and how far we are into the global liquidity cycle as well too, along with the 4-year cycle. So there's multiple cogs to the wheel here that we look at. So if we look at the last bull run right here, when we went from red to orange, we saw a massive breakout, right? When we went to yellow, that's yellow to green, that's when the correction took place. And we were well above the stock to flow line, upwards of $60,000. So we went from like $10,000 to $60,000. We performed a 6x for Bitcoin. Now, how high will Bitcoin go on this next breakout? I don't know. Nobody knows. See, that's not what we're looking at here. What we're looking at is this on these key levels right here when we go from orange to yellow. Once we start to shift from yellow to green, there will be another big pullback before the top. That will be wave 3 in the Elliott wave, most likely. Again, right, things could be different as each cycle is a little bit different, but there are some similarities that rhyme here, right? When we went from red to orange, we saw this breakout and it was choppy on the way up. It wasn't like that 2021 massive parabolic, like COVID-induced, stimulus-induced recovery where they just put massive amounts of money out there. It was like $2 trillion plus into the economy. And if that went into the hands of retail, this was like retail-induced, followed by government spending. And so retail was just dumping money in the crypto market. And we saw this whole meme coin craze. We saw this whole parabolic blow off top right here, the double top when we went from light green. And then after light green, it was pretty much over. Just like it was the cycle before then, it just looked a little bit different, right? So by the moment that we get to light green, that's when I'm going to be offloading the majority of my portfolio and getting ready for the next economic collapse. And as always, taking profits on the way up is really smart. Look at the cycle before then. Like even before we got there, when we went from red to orange, we saw a massive pullback going into yellow, and then from yellow to light green, the final blow off top. So it's really wave 1, corrective wave 2, wave 3, corrective wave 4, parabolic blow off top, wave 5, then we go into a bear market. So it's really simple. I don't think it's going to be any different this cycle in terms of how that's going to play out. The real question is just how high will Bitcoin go? I mean, will it go up to $100,000? Will it not get there? Will it go beyond that? That's anyone's guess. I'll let you guys leave your price prediction in the comments below. As always, it's not financial advice. It's not a guarantee. I'm not a financial advisor. You know that these videos, by watching them, are purely for education, informational purposes only. And you fully understand, because you're an adult here, that crypto is very risky. You could lose money in these markets. In fact, you will lose money in these markets no matter what. The smartest investors, the largest investors in the world, have lost money. That's part of the process. But as long as you can win more than you lose, and you stay in the game longer than the average bear that gets shaken out with these little corrections that take place or black swan events that causes everybody to sell, then you can come out on top. Remember, time in the markets beats timing the markets. And that's a nuanced point there. What that means is simple. As long as you have time in the markets over time, then if you're trying to time the markets in and out and trying to enter, exit, and day trade, and you don't know what you're doing, you're getting beat by algorithmic trading bots nowadays because AI has taken off more than ever before in crypto. You're getting beat by market makers. You're getting beat by these exchanges that are going to trade against you, especially if you're doing it on leverage. You're just maximizing your risk and minimizing the reward unless you really know what you're doing. So when we pivot to the solution here, obviously solution one is finding a business model where you can earn passive income, whether that's affiliate marketing, whether that's network marketing, whether that's real estate, solar, TikTok shops, e-commerce shops, Amazon stores, whatever that is for you and your business. Figure that out, double down on that first. Take the money that you generate from that and invest so much back into yourself that you develop so many different skills in terms of not like different industries, but skills that will help your one thing get better and more profitable. Then you have so much money overflowing that you can invest that into the markets and compound your wealth even faster to beat inflation. And so, for example, when we look at the XRP, the Bitcoin price chart, one project that I think is going to be like Amazon when it was back in the 2000s over the next 10, 20, 30 years, or like Microsoft, is XRP. And a lot of people say XRP is done, XRP is dead, when in reality, they don't even look at the charts. They don't understand anything about technical analysis or fundamental analysis or partnerships or how XRP is going to be at the center of all things in terms of global liquidity. And the charts show the buildup process right here. XRP has been continuously making higher lows since March of 2020, and it's been making lower highs. It's in a macro symmetrical triangle right here on the US dollar price chart. We saw the exact same thing happen in a shorter time frame from 2013 until 2017. And I also traced up on the chart in terms of XRP to Bitcoin's price chart, what has happened each time on these vertical dotted yellow lines when XRP bottomed out to Bitcoin and we hit this key zone of support, which is this horizontal yellow box. You can see me moving right here. We just recently bounced off of it around the middle of June, the 17th of June, and we're trending back to the upside for XRP. And so each time that this has happened, where XRP to Bitcoin has come down to this yellow box right here and bounced off of it, you can see on XRP's price chart, we have seen a recovery rally in XRP. Some of the rallies are much larger than others. Like, for example, 2017 to 2018 was absolutely insane. So we don't know if it'll be that big. You know, a lot of people are saying XRP is going to like $100. Well, we don't know. Nobody knows. And for me to tell you that that's going to happen, I'd just be BSing you. I don't know how high XRP will go. I just look at data and I'm very objective with this. I'm neither positive or negative. I just look at the facts, and the facts tell me that each time we came back down to this support on XRP to Bitcoin's price chart, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 4 out of 4 times, XRP bounced from there and it went up. Let's say the first time that this happened, well, initially went up 99%, 2x, and then ultimately went up 700, almost 800. I think it was like 800%. That's an 8x the first time that took place. Okay, pretty incredible, right? The next time that this happened, XRP went up 5,000, 6,000% right here, then ultimately topped out at the all-time high over 50,000 or 60,000%. It's a 500x. Incredible, right? Now, will it go that high? We don't know. The next time was after the lawsuit hit. XRP went up initially 300%, that's a 3x, and then topped out, at over like a 10x that bull run. That's a 10x, that's incredible. So if 4 out of 4 times it's gone anywhere from like a 7x, 10x, all the way upwards of a 500x, well, what could it do this time? I mean, could it do a 2x? Well, sure as heck, holding dollars in the bank account isn't going to do a 2x. It's going to bleed out minimum 3% like it has over the past year. So holding 100 grand, you've lost $3,000. And so a lot of people are so worried about the short-term volatility when they're losing sight of the macro vision of a retirement plan here to be able to have your money compound over time Holding XRP is the long-term plan, like a 401k that will not go away. And the synchronistic price action of XRP and XLM is no coincidence. Both assets are designed for different roles in the financial landscape, yet their movements mirror each other because they are complementary. XRP for institutional liquidity, XLM for peer-to-peer transactions. And there is another project that I've been accumulating by playing the #1 game on the XRP ledger in the play-to-earn gaming space that has the deepest liquidity pool of XRP in the world on the XRP ledger. And because it's paired to XRP in the liquidity pool, when XRP moves to the upside, it directly affects this project. So I made a video about this project a couple months ago when it was roughly around $50, and it's right now at about $73. And I've been playing this game every single day and accumulating this altcoin because of the liquidity pool on the XRP ledger. When XRP absolutely explodes, there's no guarantees here, but because of the liquidity pool, it directly impacts this project. And the longer that it takes XRP to do anything, the more time that gives us to accumulate. So you have to see it as an advantage for XRP to stay where it's at for a longer period of time, because if XRP just explodes overnight and you've only accumulated like 1,000 XRP or 5,000 XRP or 10,000 XRP, well then in order to create life-changing wealth, then you do need XRP to go to $100, $200, $500. But if XRP only goes to, let's say, $5 this bull run cycle, well, what are you gonna do? You need to plan for both scenarios. You're not just waiting for the most optimistic, hype-based, delusional scenario of XRP going to $100, $1,000, $2,000. I'm not saying that that's not possible. I'm just saying prepare for both scenarios so you can maximize your wealth either way. Prepare for XRP to do nothing, and also prepare for a $5 XRP, prepare for a $100 XRP. And how do you prepare now? Well, watch this clip and I'll show you exactly how I'm preparing. So a lot of people have asked me, what is my #1 way to earn massive crypto rewards this entire bull run before we get into the euphoria stage of the market cycle? Well, if you go to xrpl.to, you guys will see a lot of different altcoin projects listed on the XRP ledger, and virtually nobody knows about this, nor is anyone really paying attention to it right now because the price of XRP has been suppressed during the entire Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. But over the next few years, as Ripple and XRP gets more traction, a lot of the projects on the XRP ledger are going to gain a lot of attention. And one of my buddies showed me a project on the XRP ledger that is the first play to earn game on XRP where you're able to earn crypto rewards simply for playing the game. Now, if you guys want to see what that game is, what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description below this video. All you have to do is click more when you scroll down. It'll show get started here. It'll take you to a page that looks like this. You simply just register, create a free account. You enter in your username, your email address, your password, and then your gender. And then you just click sign up at the bottom. And it's going to take you into the back office of the members area. Now, I want to explain really quick the benefit of playing this game to earn crypto rewards, because the coolest part about the game is the ticker of the altcoin is literally called crypto. It's a micro cap, very, very tiny project that virtually nobody knows about right now. And one of my buddies showed me this game and I'm already earning about 10 crypto per day, which is about 1,000 XRP. But there's no guarantee that you're going to earn 10 crypto per day or 1,000 XRP per day, because your results are obviously going to vary playing the game depending at what level you come in at. So I want to be very clear that results aren't typical, and this is just purely for fun to see what happens for the rest of this bull run as the XRP ledger gains more adoption. So once you've created your free account through the link in the description below, the next thing that you're going to need is an XRP wallet. Now, the best wallet online right now is the Zaman wallet. And it's the largest and most secure XRP custodial cold storage wallet. So it's also a mobile app on your phone where you get your private keys for the wallet, but the best for holding XRP. And this is what you're going to need to be able to play the game to earn crypto rewards. So again, below this video, you're going to see a tutorial video right here that it breaks down exactly how to set up your wallet, how to be able to fund it with XRP so you can start playing the game, and everything in between. So after you've created your free community account and you have your XRP wallet, the next step is to log in to the back office of your account. And at the top, you're going to see these 4 little icons right here. You simply click this. You go to My DGP, you scroll down, and then you click Purchase Combo. In the bottom left, you're going to click this little plus icon, so it shows 1 combo pack. Click these little 3 boxes right here, and then you purchase with your XRP wallet. And then all you need to do is open up your Zaman wallet on your phone, click this little icon right here at the bottom, and then you simply scan the code on the screen. It's going to pop up. Right now it's 5,000 XRP to get your digital game pieces to be able to play the game and earn crypto rewards. And I'm going to show you the game in a little bit and how awesome it is, because the founder of this dumped millions of dollars in development into this game and has been working on it since 2020. So this is hands down the best play to earn game to earn crypto rewards on the XRP ledger. So I spent about 15,000 XRP on my digital game pieces because I want to be able to maximize the game. And so far, just recently, I'm earning 10 crypto per day, which is about 1,000 XRP per day. So you can do the math over the course of a month on what those rewards will look like. And I can swap crypto for XRP. So I'm just going to keep stacking my digital game pieces to maximize my crypto rewards, because you also have to take into account that crypto is the in-game currency. So as more people start catching on to the XRP ledger and they start playing the game to earn rewards, then the popularity of the crypto token will increase. So obviously there's no guarantees of any profits here, but you do not want to miss out on this as more people start learning about XRP over the next few years. So all I'm going to do to get my digital game pieces is slide to accept on my XRP wallet, and it says the payment was submitted successfully. Now all I'm going to do is refresh the page. I go to my DGP assets, that simply stands for digital game pieces, and you're going to see I got one Cryptopian, a crypto land, a box, a key, a vial, and a crystal. So I'm simply just going to click claim on each of these. I'm going to open my Zamin wallet again. I'm going to click this icon right here to scan the code on the screen, and I'm just going to slide to accept. And as soon as I've claimed my digital game piece, I'm going to click reveal, and it shows me what class this is in. And one of the coolest parts about this game is each of the digital game piece reveals are random, so you could get between a level 1 to a level 10. So I'm going to click claim to reveal the land now, and then I just scan the code and slide to accept on my XRP wallet. And it just shows this little countdown thing right here as it reveals which land I have. So as you can see, that was a level 1 land. You guys might get a different level. On a previous pack, I got a level 9. And depending on the level that you get determines the crypto rewards that you earn daily. Now, after you've revealed your digital game pieces to be able to play the game to start earning crypto rewards, in the top of your back office, you click the icon right here with the 4 squares. Then you simply click the game. And then you click the button on the center of the screen that says enter the game. And then you're going to see several in-game actions here like rent, mine, thieve, govern, rule, enhance, and bank. So depending on which avatar you got will determine whether you mine, you thieve, you govern, or you rule. And then for your land, you can collect rent on your land every single day in crypto, which is awesome. So in this case, I would click on thieve, click continue. So underneath available, I simply select my Cryptopian. I select the duration in days. In this case, it'd be 1. And then I click this little icon right here. It's going to pop up this, and it shows me the daily production. In this case is 0.4 crypto tokens. So depending on when you're watching this video, crypto might be at a different price. Right now it's at about $53. So all I need to do is confirm the action, and it's going to say it's processed successfully. And then it's underneath active, and it has a countdown timer right here in terms of time remaining until it goes back into the available section again. So you can see 23 hours and 59 minutes. Now, once this is done, my crypto balance is going to top up with an extra 0.4. Right now it's at about 44.39. And if I go back to the main page and I click on rent and click continue, you can see that I have an available land that I can collect rent on. So I simply select the land. I select the amount of days that I want it to collect rent, 1 day, 3 days, or 7 days. So this can be as passive or as active as you want, but I'm gonna click this icon right here. It's gonna pop up and it's gonna show me the daily production, and then I just confirm the action. Now you can see underneath active, I have a level 1, level 4, level 8, and a level 9. And then it shows me the time remaining on each of these land pieces that are collecting rent right now in crypto rewards, which is awesome. And so at the bottom of the screen right here, you can see crypto total net. That's about 14.96 crypto tokens. So let's just round that up to 15. And if I were to swap 15 crypto for XRP, it's about 1,554 XRP. Now that's obviously not a guarantee that you're going to earn the same amount of crypto tokens, because as you can see, I have more pieces of land here because I decided to purchase more packs because I want to be able to stack up the amount of crypto tokens I earn over time throughout the rest of this entire bull run before we get into the euphoria stage. So I'm just going to continue to stack crypto tokens, playing this game for fun, because as more attention gets drawn over to the XRP ledger, I can see more and more users playing crypto land for fun every single day to earn crypto rewards. So again, all you need to do right now to get started is go into the link in the description below this video, create your account. Once you have your Zamin XRP wallet and you've loaded it with XRP, following the tutorial below, then in the back office, you click the icon at the top, you click My DGP, and then you purchase your combo pack to be able to reveal your digital game pieces. So you can buy one or you can buy multiple right now, because the more combo packs that you get, the more pieces of land that you're going to be able to get to be able to collect rent on each and every single day. And then if you choose to get the crypto token on the secondary market, that's up to you. Or you can just play the game for fun to be able to earn crypto rewards like I'm doing right now. So once the time expires on each of these active pieces of land, I'm going to collect all of the rent in crypto, and it's going to top up my balance right here where you can see 44. So check it out. I know you guys are going to absolutely love it. And again, we're going to have a tutorial as well too on some different strategies, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, to be able to maximize this game. That way you can benefit the entire bull run as XRP explodes. So all you need to do right now is click the links below. If you go to bullrunners.com, you're also going to get early alerts on explosive altcoins, daily market analysis videos for breaking news updates like this, and you'll discover our best ways to be able to maximize the crypto land game to earn the most amount of crypto rewards this entire bull run. Because together, we believe that the spending power of the dollar is just going to keep going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrencies have been going up in value over the past decade. That's the truth, and together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. I'll see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com through the links below. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.